What's up, y'all? We are back with another Stranger Things Season 5 video. Before we get into it, definitely smash the like button because it definitely helps the channel, and make sure you're subscribed also. So to get into this, I want to talk about something I've been thinking about, and this kind of surrounds Max Mayfield and a couple more characters. So we know how Season 4 ended off with Max, She's basically in like a coma, trance, or whatever you want to call it. She has her friends visiting her and everything, and we don't know what the future holds for Max. We can only speculate. We saw that she returns in Season 5, but the things that we did see, it looks like she's either recovering or she's still just, injured Max. We seen Vecna take out a lot of people in Season 4. We seen him just do a lot of crazy things where people didn't survive. We seen how powerful he can be, how he can manipulate the presence of people and everything. We even seen that he's actually still attached to Will Byers. Now, getting into this, I'm trying to figure out the footing of Season 5. Basically, I'm trying to speculate and see like where it can go. And something is telling me that Max will help the other kids for sure. Like, she's definitely going to help the other kids somehow, some way. I think she's going to be their eyes. I think that Max will definitely be their eyes, like basically the GPS of knowing where Vecna is, telling them like, hey, you're in danger, and they're going to be getting help through Max, getting information through Max. And I think that 11 is going to be able to see how Max is stuck in this trance or in Vecna's curse. We know that Max actually got saved by 11 like halfway. She's technically blind still, so I don't know if they're going to push forward Max getting her eyesight back, or she's just going to be left blind. This is the end, so a lot of unanswered questions needs to be answered and wrapped up. I see Max actually helping them somehow, some way. Maybe it's not even out in reality. Maybe it's something where 11 can do, the thing where she goes to the upside down, or she's in that person's mind and conscious, and she's talking to Max, and Max is telling 11 like, hey, like, he's out here, he's planning to take everybody out. He's trying to ruin Hawkins and everything, and 11 is speaking to her. I mean, 11's done that before. She's traveled to just see how things worked and spy on people and stuff like that. So I can definitely see that happening. But maybe her outer shell, maybe Max's outer shell is still in a coma. But I'm not saying she's going to be like that the whole show. Maybe Max actually wakes up like towards the final act, which it might be shitty, but it's like story driven. It's what we need. Pushing forward, Will Byers. Now, we saw how it ended with Will Byers in Season 4, where we are speculating that he's going to be teaming up with Vecna and everything, and I am also. I think that he will definitely probably team up with Vecna and be like the bad guy for a couple of episodes, to the point he realizes like, oh, these are my friends. What am I doing? Because like it or not, since the vanishing of Will Byers, he hasn't been the same. It's always been something small with him. Even if it's just something real little, he's always has some stuff going on. And at the end of Season 4, we saw him rubbing his neck, and he's saying that he can still feel Vecna. Now, that was them, I think, kind of throwing that out there, that he's still connected to Vecna, and Season 5, he's going to play a big part. And we even heard that out in the Stranger Things community, that Will is going to have a bigger role, which I can see that because it started with Will. The Duffer Brothers said they're going back to how it started. Who did it start with? Will Byers. So mainly, I feel like this season is going to surround mainly like 11 and Will for some reason, because you need 11 because she's the one who opened the gate. She comes with everything, and Will is still kind of connected to the bad source, the enemy. So he has to be involved. And I feel like long as it's connected to Will, it's going to always keep happening. So they have to make sure that Will's safe if he makes it. Also, in this scene we just got, it was like a leaky scene where you hear, Steve, you need to run. I think possibly Will could have something to do with that. I know it sounds crazy or kind of far-fetched, but don't sleep, because anything can happen. This is the last season. I think Will could have possibly like set Steve up, or Jonathan, whoever you guys think. I heard people say that they thought Jonathan was the one who's, I think it's Will Byers who's saying it. And someone even said they saw Will on set that night. So I'm gonna say Will and Steve, but maybe he kind of lured him in, like, hey, yeah, let's come over here, and then Vecna's there, and maybe that's Steve, that's his time when he gets, he gets wiped. He checks out because of Will Byers. Maybe Vecna is making Will his puppet. I can see that. Like, I swear. Like, I can see Will being Vecna's puppet, like setting up his friends and stuff like that. And now back to Max Mayfield. I think the way they're gonna find out that Will is working with Vecna is through Max. Because if Max consciously is connected to Vecna and she can see things and, you know, see other things, she's the eyes, I think she will be able to see, like, okay, for example, if she's lost and stuck in Vecna's conscious, I mean his curse, she's going to be able to see if someone else is, right? Possibly, you know. So maybe she sees Will. You know, she sees that he has Will. Maybe Max is telling 11, like, through the curse. You know how it's the second layer when she's in their conscious, like, hey, don't trust Will. Vecna has him. He's trying to get you guys hurt. I can see that happening. I don't know what made me think of this, but I think it's because it sounds so Stranger Things, bro. Like, it just sounds like Stranger Things, and it might end good or end bad for Will or Max. I think that for some reason it might get so bad for Will, he has to be the sacrifice. He might have to be the one that they have to sacrifice to make everything end, or 11 might have to be the one to sacrifice because she's the one that's carrying the powers and stuff like that, and just everything that goes on with the Upside Down. Now, I talked about in my previous speculation video with Stranger Things that I feel that the group of kids are going to have to figure out a way to stick together to take down Vecna, because 11 might, sadly, I know it hurts, but check out. She might sadly check out, and they can't depend on 11 anymore. They have to go back to what they know, which is that game, Dungeons and Dragons, how they played it. And this is why I say it can be a full circle moment. I've heard speculations out there where people say the whole time they were playing Dungeons and Dragons, nothing existed. I think that's too much, and Duffer's already said they're not going that route. So, but imagine this. We're at the final act, final episode of season 5. 11 sadly has checked out. It will crush my heart. But the boys, Dustin, Will, you know, Mike, Lucas, all of them, they're trying to figure out how we're going to do this. We need 11. You know, we need 11. And then they go back to the old days. Like, one of them steps up to the plate like, we never finished the game of Dungeons and Dragons. What was that? You know what I'm saying? Remember that piece fell off the table? So it can still factor in, but it gives me chills thinking about it, because it can factor in beginning to end, and it could be literally full circle. So the board game they started with as friends, Will the Wise, the Wizard, everything, right? I feel like that would help. Even when Mike told Will, like, what he rolled the dice in, I know he said that, but technically they can just use that whole situation to take down Vecna, because the character Vecna comes from Dungeons and Dragons. If you guys didn't know, I'm pretty sure you know if you're watching this video, but he comes from Dungeons and Dragons. So I think that will be a crazy ending to kind of end it how it started. And the Duffers already said they're going back to how, you know, everything started. So when it started, it wasn't no 11 really. I mean, technically she was there, but it wasn't no Max for real. You know what I'm saying? Max came in later. So it's kind of like she's helping them, but it still focuses on the main group. But I think, back to what I was saying, I think that Max is going to be the one to tell 11, like, don't trust Will. Vecna has him. He's his puppet. Don't trust him. And I think Will is going to be very dark. We might even see some possession scenes with Will in this season. Like, I just think this is going to be the darkest we ever seen Stranger Things, number one. I think this is going to be the darkest we ever seen Will Byers. Like, I think he's going to be, like, at this point, trying to take people out. And I would not be surprised if Will actually takes out one of his friends. Not just like the main core. I'm talking about Steve Harrington, Robin, and stuff like that. I'm still thinking Steve Harrington, man, is going to be getting took out in that scene, but I could be wrong, man. Would it be crazy if he took out his own brother? If he took out Jonathan? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Duffers, don't do that. Don't do that, Duffers, bro. Like, I'm just saying, but man, I think it's going to be something where Max is going to be the eye. She's going to be the one that's helping them. And just, we're going to see Max. They're going to play both sides with Max. They're going to play the Max that's on bed rest, and we just see her laid up, and Lucas talking to her, 11, everyone's talking to her. Definitely we're going to get a lot of hospital scenes with them visiting her. And I think that's going to be like the hub where they go and connect with her when they need to talk to her or something, or need 11 and do the thing. Maybe she has to hold her hand to do it. And I think we're going to see Max walking around, but it's going to only be in that next, you know, layer where she gets to see 11 and Vecna and Will, where she's in her conscious walking around. You remember how it goes all black sometimes they're just walking, or it's like a memory or something like that. I think it's going to be something where Max is stuck like that until the very end, and she's going to see what Will is really doing. I'm telling y'all, bro, I can be wrong. If I'm wrong, wow, I'm just wrong. But this just seems like this is going to happen. Like, you see what I'm saying? Comment down below, y'all. You see what I'm saying? It just seems like this is season 5. You can, because it connects with everything. It just connects, to be honest. And it makes sense. It really does make sense in my opinion. I would love if season 5 took this route and we just seen it. And only thing that will hurt me if 11 checks out, man. That's the only thing will hurt me. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be all the way 100. I'm about to end off, guys. If at the end, the very end, before the credits roll, we see like the group walking away or something, or they're like hugging each other, you know, this is the end. I'm pretty sure that ending is gonna be like ceremonial. It's gonna just be like something that's just like a celebration, because this is you gotta celebrate it. That's one thing I think people are not thinking of. Like, with Stranger Things, with this being the ending, they're gonna have to factor something in that final episode that feels like a celebration. Like, just like, you know, it's gonna be emotional for a lot of the fans, but something that's celebrating this great TV show. So I think it might be something with all the group that we have left. It's like just the end, but it will be so, bro, I will drop down in tears, bro. Like, even though Will's not my favorite character, if they're walking and they're missing one person, and it's fucking Will Byers. Like, and you know, Joyce is crying, and it's just like Mike, Dustin, Lucas, and like, and you know, it's just it's Will, and he's missed. It's over. He's gone, bro. And it started with him. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Let me get off this motherfucker, bro. Is because thinking about it just makes you feel like, man. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all feel it. The moment I said it, y'all feel it. It's like, man, imagine that being the ending. Wow. Unfortunately, guys, this is the end of the video. I want y'all to comment down below, seriously, what y'all think about this crazy Stranger Things Season 5 theory, man. Comment down below. Unfortunately, it's the end of the video. I want y'all to hit me up on my social medias at ILIKESCARY on Instagram, ILIKESCARY on Tiktok, Brandon on Facebook, ILIKESCARY on Twitter. And yeah, you all, right there where it says subscribe next to it, click join to become a member of the channel. I will see you all in the next one. Peace out, y'all.